Hello my fellow working class heroes, good day. I am Carlo and welcome to Carlo Excels. These are the objectives of this episode. Today we're gonna learn about the index function. We're gonna start with the index function definition and then the basic applications of the index function. So what is the index function? So this is from Microsoft Excel's own help document. Index function. The index function returns a value or the reference to a value from within a table or range. For the index function, the function name is index, and for your function arguments, you have first the reference or the array, and then you have the row number and then the column number. So we're right here in my Microsoft Excel screen and you see here the data in front of you. So let me first explain the data so we know what we're dealing with. So you have here the names of the students and then you have here their subjects for grade 7. Now these numbers over here represent their ranking when compared to their classmates, their ranking in particular subjects. Say for example, in grade 7 Filipino, Alger is the highest ranking student for grade 7 Filipino. For grade 7 science, Ashworth is the one who has the highest rank. So for example, you have here Andrews. Andrews is 9th when it comes to ranking in grade 7 math. And then he is 5th when it comes to ranking for grade 7 social studies. So this is the data that we're going to work with. So what is the index function and how does it work? So think of the index function like a GPS locator, alright? Think of it like a GPS locator. You give Microsoft Excel, in the index function, you give Microsoft Excel the array or the whole table or the reference, and then you give Microsoft Excel the row number and then the column number. As if you're pinpointing in a map, you're pinpointing the latitude and longitude of a particular location. So once again, just think of it like a GPS locator. Give the row, give the column, and then Microsoft Excel is going to give you back the proper value or the proper cell reference. So for this particular example, we're going to take this data over here and then we're going to arrange it so that for the purpose of this lesson, it's going to be easier to see what the index function can do. So please take note that the column headers over here, the column headers and the row headers that you see here are not actually required to use the index function. I'm just putting it here so that it's easier for us to see for the purposes of this lesson. So say for example, you want this, you see this space over here, colored yellow. You want this space to return this particular cell here. This particular cell here. So the one that is that has 10 on it. So just like what I mentioned a while ago, think of the index function as if it's a GPS locator. So this is what we do. We call upon the index function like this by typing in the index name and then open parenthesis. First of all, the first argument that Microsoft Excel is going to look for is of course the array or the reference. So we can simply highlight this table here because that is the reference that we're going to work with. And then press comma. So after that, the next argument that Microsoft Excel is going to look for is, as you can see on the screen, the row number. So the row number is the location of, remember we're looking for this 10 over here, the location of this 10 as far as the highlighted reference is concerned. So you will see as far as the highlighted reference is concerned, this 10 here is on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. This is on the 8th row as indicated of course by the row headers you can see on the left. So this is the 8th row. So this is what we use as our row number. So we put here row number 8. This is a number. So then we press comma and you will notice that the next thing that Microsoft Excel is looking for is the column number. So as far as the column number is concerned, all you will have to do is to find, if you were finding the row number a while ago, then you look for the column number. So this data here is on the 3rd column. So this is the 1st column, 2nd column, and then the 3rd column. So because this is in the 3rd column, we put in here column number 3. And then we close the parenthesis and then we press enter. So you will notice now that we now have what we are looking for, which is 10. Now, just like what I mentioned a while ago, think of this as some sort of GPS locator. So what we essentially did in the index function was we gave first the whole map, or we gave first the whole array or reference, and then we gave it the row number as if giving a latitude for a map, and then we gave the column number as if giving the longitude for the map. So that is how you use the index function. Please note that the row number and the column number in the index function can actually be replaced by anything that has a number as a result. So in other words, you can use formulas for the row number, the column number. You can use functions for the row number and column number, and you can use, of course, cell reference for the row number and column number. So that is what we're going to do. Instead of having to insert a row number and a column number in the formula, in the function, in the index function itself, we're going to insert the row number and the column number here as cell reference. So let's do the index function now. So index, and then once again, this is going to be the cell references, the whole array that we're going to use. So comma. Now for the row number, I am going to pick this as the row number. So nothing's written on here yet, but you know, later we're going to put something there. And then we're going to have our column number this. This is going to be where we're going to put our column number. And then close parenthesis, press enter. Right now, Microsoft Excel is giving us a value error because, of course, we haven't put in a row number and a column number because you don't have a longitude or a latitude yet. There's nothing to find. Microsoft Excel does not have coordinates to find any value. So let's put in here a row number and a column number. So say, for example, we're going to look for this value here. This one here, all right? So row number is 6, as you can see here, row number is 6, and then column number, this is the 6th column as well. So what we are going to do here is put in a row number 6, column number 6. And that is now, you see now the result is 2. Because once again, that is how the index function works. You put in here a row number, just like what we indicated in our formula, put in a row number, and then put in a column number, like so. And then you have here the result. So say, for example, we want column number 1, which is, of course, a student name, and we put here column number 1. We have the name of Antonio, which is in row 6, column 1. So that is how the index function works. So once again, the index function, think of it as if it's a GPS locator. Put in the map, in other words, put in the reference, and then put in the latitude, which is the row number, and then put in the longitude, which is the column number. So of course, some of you may be asking, like, why would you ever need a function like this? Actually, the index function by itself, there are very few uses for it. But the index function becomes very, very useful and very, very handy when you combine it with other functions. Just like what I mentioned a while ago, in the index function, the row number and the column number can be replaced by cell references, and this can be replaced by functions or formulas. Anything that will result to a number can be used here in the index function, and that is how the index function becomes much more useful. In fact, the most common partner of the index function is the match function. When you combine the index function and the match function, what you get is a formula or a function that more or less works just like a VLOOKUP or an HLOOKUP. In fact, there are many advantages of the index and the match function when combined, compared to the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP functions. And for our lesson on the index function and the match function, we're going to have that in a future lesson. So once again, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss that lesson when it comes. So that's it for our lesson on the basic uses of the index function. I hope I earned your subscription today. Once again, I am Carlo, and this is Carlo Excels. Thank you very much for watching.